Sumati.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, sir, for having given me this opportunity to speak on this anti-maritime piracy bill. At the outset, I would like to associate myself with the Honourable Member of the Parliament, Dr. Manish Tiwari, to change the nomenclature as Maritime Anti-Piracy Bill. Sir, my story starts at sea, a perilous voyage to an unknown land, a shipwreck. The wild waters soar and heave, the brave vessel is dashed all to pieces, and all the helpless souls within her drowned. Thus, Shakespeare describes the natural calamities and dangers of a sea voyage. But apart from these, the pirates of the sea are the most dangerous threat, who seize, destroy any ship at high seas and sometimes even at the harbors at shore. Also, they are involved in many other illegal activities like smuggling and slave trades. So the sea piracy mafia needs to be dealt with iron fist. And so I really appreciate our government's initiative to bail the cat legally through this bill. So according to the International Maritime Bureau of the ICC, piracy attacks on ships were increased by 20% between 2019 and 2020. India is the largest stakeholder in maritime trade, having our crew and officers constitute nearby 10% of the global seafaring community. And thus it's high time to have this bill passed, and we have our Union Minister here right now for the External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, who has laboured much to bring this bill to see the light of the day. I appreciate wholeheartedly his efforts and hope this will bring sea changes in the Indian maritime history. Sir, the Union is bringing the law as part of the commitment made by India while signing the United Nations Conventions on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, in 1982, and the UNCLOS was ratified by India in 1995. I welcome this bill, but would like to draw the attention of this august House through you to some major incidents. Sir, the introduction of this bill comes after some days after 18 Indians aboard a crude oil ship carrier were kidnapped off the coast of Nigeria. Some time ago also, the House would not have been forgotten. An incident had been reported about our fellow Keralite fishermen being killed by the authorities in an Italian naval ship. And since there was a lacuna in the legal system, much had been deliberated and spoken about, and even when we were waiting for the offenders to be punished, they were just let go, which was a very sad thing. And I'd like to bring those things, incidents, to the attention of this august House, because that's how this bill seems to be very, very important. So, to have a separate domestic legislature on piracy, as well taking care of the fellow fishermen from all the states of India is also very, very important.
Yes, yes.
That's the point I would like to make here. So far, we have to rely on the Indian Penal Code relating to the offence of wartime piracy in India, and the penal codes are only applicable up to territorial waters. Also, the international naval presence in the Gulf of Aden made the pirate to have a paradigm shift to east and southwards. So, everybody's eyes are now up to the southern part. I appreciate the initiative to pass this bill after so much mulling over and discussions from 2019 onwards, as have been pointed out by my esteemed colleagues. However, during the 15th Lok Sabha, a redrafted bill was presented and it was lapsed. So why I am just pointing out the detailed efforts is, while so much effort have been taken by the Union government, showing keen interest and evident interest to safeguard Indians, our trade and other seafaring activities, sheer neglect has been shown to our Tamilian fishermen throughout. Aren't we the sons of Bharat Mata, as you proudly say? So whenever there is a Tamilian fisherman being attacked by the Sri Lankan Navy, Sri Lankan Navy, the headlines will scream that Indian fishermen are attacked. Whereas in Gujarat, I won't budge in. Whereas Tamilian fishermen are attacked, the headlines will scream, Tamilian fishermen are attacked. I beg your pardon. But wherein Gujarati fishermen are attacked, then the headlines will say Indian fishermen are attacked. Why this stepmotherly treatment to us? Our Chief Minister, Thalapathy M.K. Stalin, has umpteen number of times raised this issue, and our floor leader, respected member of the Parliament, Sir T.R. Balu sir, also has raised this issue in the Parliament. But recently, how many incidents have been, listed? See, 600 fishermen have been killed in the recent times, and thousands of their fishing vessels seized and damaged, more than 600 in the last 30 years. But the government is not taking any stringent laws through legal actions rather than negotiations and table conferences and diplomatic talks. Also, sir, another important thing is, I would like to bring to your kind notices regarding the Kachathivu. Yes. Sir, Kachathivu was ceded to Sri Lanka in violation under the 1976 agreement, but without the approval of the two houses of Parliament. Diplomatic efforts are of no avail considering the fishermen and other issues. India should step into action to reclaim and bring it under our sovereignty. If necessary, the International Court of Justice may also be approached. Sir, no doubt, I welcome this wonderful, important piece of legislation whereby the Union government is empowered to notify designated courts for the trials of piracy and also to increase the scope of maritime navigation beyond the territorial waters to cover economic EEZ. So I have a request here to the Union Minister, kindly set up one or more courts of sessions in southern parts, especially in Tamil Nadu. Yes. That is our kind request. Yes. Especially in Tamil Nadu should be set up. Sir, as has been pointed out by the members of my respected colleagues here, the punishment of a death penalty is not at all advisable, and as had been rightly pointed out by the Union Minister here also, we hope that it would be abolished, because we have had this history of Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, the pioneer of judicial activism, who is a strong advocacy against the capital punishment, and our CM is also, all of us are against it, and our own Mahatma Gandhi, we have him, who has said that I cannot in all conscience agree anyone being brought to gallows. Even countries like USA, Italy, who have been part of this, which have been refrained, they have refrained themselves from this capital punishment. Sir, I have a few suggestions also apart from this. The standing committee has stated the role, the one particular point, that the role of the state government has to be clearly defined. Yes. In order to emphasize and promote effective coordination mechanism. So kindly take that also into account. And again, sir, one more point. There is no mention of international cooperation for the repression of piracy in this bill, which should be addressed. And since our Prime Minister has proudly announced as the head of the G20 summit that one earth, one family, one future, I'd like to request our Honourable Union Minister through you, sir, that he has to consider our fishermen from Tamil Nadu also, because local issues are very, very important and it needs to be addressed. We are very happy. We welcome this bill, but still they have to take into account the plight of our fishermen. Hence, with all these suggestions and requests, I'd like to ask the Honourable Union Minister through you to take into consideration of the above points as well before passing the bill. Thank you very much.
Next channel